Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be before all of you here this evening. I kind of want to start kind of introducing myself and then asking us to take a step back to see things in a greater context. Like Ms. Judy said, my name is Lopez. I'm a native here from Rio Grande City. I graduated from Rio Grande City High School in 2007, went on to Texas A&M University, graduated in 2011, and currently a second-year medical student at the University of Texas School of Medicine in San Antonio. But nothing makes me prouder than to say that I'm here from Rio Grande City, here from Starr County, and I make that known wherever I go. And essentially, what I want to say is for us to take a step back and view things in a different context. I want us to look around the stadium and appreciate the fact that we're all here to celebrate something that's common to each and every one of us. That's the human condition. We're all here to celebrate and to progress the human condition that people have been striving to advance centuries before us. Tonight, we celebrate the amazing cancer survivors, not only here in our community, but we do this in concert with everybody around the world that celebrates these Relay for Life opportunities. Through my organization, I currently sit on the board of directors for the American Medical Student Association, and we fight for different types of funding so that we can get the proper finances into the research facilities across the country as we push and fight for a cure and for the next treatment option available for all those families that sit in waiting rooms across this country, patiently waiting for the next treatment to come to their bedside. And that's what we do with the American Medical Student Association. And more than anything, that's what we do here in our community, here in Starr County. And that's what this is event about. It's about creating and facilitating a more progressive community. So essentially here with the Relay for Life, we sit next to each other and we admire the fact that we share these streets, we share these classrooms, and we try to do whatever we can to put that treatment and those other options at the bedside. I had the opportunity to serve as a cancer researcher my first year in medical school, and sat hours upon hours behind a bench with my colleagues as we nailed and we clawed our way to try to find that next treatment option. And as I was sitting behind that lab bench, I tried to think of how I ended up being in that situation. It takes me back to the reason why I relay. The reason why I relay is because my mother, Leti Lopez, was diagnosed with cancer when I was 9 years old. I was a third grade student at North Grammar Elementary, and I remember going home and my dad telling me that my mother was sick. They were gonna have to go away to Houston for treatments. And I'll never forget, I was part of the GT pullout program, and we had just had a workshop on search engines. It was the advent of American Online. I think most of you can remember when we had to dial up to use the internet and things like that. So I was sitting in that classroom at North Grammar Elementary, and I was fascinated, blown away by this thing called the internet. And when I got home and my dad said, Mom's sick, I said, don't worry, Dad. I'm going to go to school tomorrow and I'm going to type in cure for cancer in that search box. I'm going to come back with the answer. And so it was that time at 9 years old that I realized the reality, the harsh reality that people all over our country and all over our world have to live with. The fact that they have a loved one or that they themselves have to endure with this devastating disease. And so that was the start of it for me. From that point forward, I prayed in my bed every night, and I tried my best to learn what I could about this disease, and to eventually one day to sit behind a lab bench working with others to find a disease was absolutely, it was an experience that I can't even begin to describe. And that brings me to another sense of community. I feel that here in Rio Grande City, in Roma, here in Starr County, we should empower all of our students, all of our classrooms to create the next treatment of the future. Why can't we here in Rio Grande City create the next treatment for cancer, create the next cure for cancer? So we must empower our students here in our own communities, and it takes each and every one of us to do that. And I believe together that we can do that. And I think that's very important. Now, as far as the other concepts of community, it's right here at Relay for Life that we're able to celebrate community, put enough funds in so we can put into those labs that I was talking about, so that other people can create the treatments and on the other options, so that the families waiting at the bedside who are giving the hope and the support to their families can maybe find some kind of, so can rely on something. So it's not just people in the labs working, it's not just us here at Relay for Life, but it's also the families that are giving support and hope at the bedside. So it is one entire community that is able to impact the lives of millions of patients across this great nation. And I want to just leave you with that, leave you with the idea of empowering our classrooms, of giving support to our loved ones, and also participating in the Relay for Life, helping it to grow and to expand. Next year, bringing more of our family, more of our friends in here so we can celebrate together, and that way we can have this triumvirate of entities that are going to push towards the future and put an end to this horrible disease. But in regard to showing support and care to our loved ones, to our family, it's not just a one-way street. It's not just us putting our support at their bedside. It's an interesting dynamic because we can learn so much from them, and I think that's essential in the relationship with our loved ones that are going through this. It's a two-way street. We need to give them the utmost support, but we also take so much from them of what we can learn. I learned so much from my mother as far as being strong, the beauty and the grace that she endured as she fought her first 2 cases of cancer were just extraordinary, and I know they've done so much for me just as your loved ones have done for you. So I think we should take this time to come together as a community, empower each other, and together I don't think we can be stopped going on to the future. I'd like to close with a poem that I wrote for a young man who's battling for his life down in Westago. And I'd like to dedicate that to everybody, all the survivors, to our community. So I'll go ahead and share that. It's called A Winding Road. A winding road, venture unknown, many hills and valleys. Though darkness falls, feel so alone, at your side the people rally. A winding road takes its toll, merciless by nature, a tribute to the human soul, will to live unwavered. Along the road you shall know the will of brethren new and old, a will revealed to join you as you walk this winding road. Perhaps at times it seems as though there's no end in sight. This illusion commonplace to test the soul's might. Falling skies, crashing waves, ground beneath crumbles. Matter not for love's embrace to catch us through our stumbles. A winding road calls for fear, with conviction we must bury it. For it's not the cross that makes the burden, it's the way we carry it. Continue this battle, stay strong, fight until the end, never alone, together, once more unto the breach, my dear friend. I think it's suitable that I'm here standing here before you tonight, because of everybody in this community that was able to walk off this field 6 years ago today. I went blind in my right eye, had a subdural hematoma in my brain. I was carried off here, taken to McAllen Medical for surgery. So I feel like I'm indebted to you, and I've waited 6 years to stand before you here today to thank all of you for helping me with my recovery, and now to pay it back to all the survivors and serve you in any way I can. And so I want to thank you for this opportunity, and just want to also compliment the scoreboard. I think we're giving Jerry Jones a run for his money with the scoreboard. So thank you, everybody. All right, have a good time tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I don't know about you, but I'm so proud to say that Leo Lopez III is from Rio Grande City. This kid is in medical school, but he made it a point to take a break from his studies, to come down here and to help us, to cheer you all on and to keep fighting the good fight. Thank you so much, Leo. All right, we're going to get